Cad Bane. The entrance of Cad Bane was brilliant. The first time it had that wide shot with him walking in the distance, I didn't guess it was Cad Bane. But when it cut to it the second time and he was still far away before you could tell who it was, I could finally see the hat and I knew. And I gasped and I probably freaked out my girlfriend, but it was brilliant. It was done so well. And a little fun fact, I could be wrong about this, but I think that was a direct homage to Lawrence of Arabia by the entrance of Sheriff Ali, who, another fun fact, Inception, had Alec Guinness in that movie, but it was the same exact pace and framing and character revelation as in Lawrence of Arabia. But the entrance was fantastic. Like we said a couple weeks ago, Star Wars has the best character reveals ever. They know how to do that. They got that down. Disney, Lucasfilm totally has that down. But there was something different about this one because it was like his hat was down, you couldn't see his face, and then at one point then he lifts his hat a little bit so you could just see his mouth, and you could just see the teeth, and you could see the grit, and you're like, wow, okay, this is not CGI, this is a practical effect. And then everyone's wondering, those of us who know the character at least, what are his eyes going to look like? How good is this mask actually going to look? Is this going to look like Cad Bane? And the creators knew this was going to look exactly like Cad Bane, but they hint at it by saying it's going to sound like him too, because the original voice actor comes in with that amazing voice, Corey Burton, most recently doing the voice work in The Bad Batch. Absolutely amazing to hear that voice.
I am Cad Bane, and I'm going to kill anyone who decides to shit on my parade.
That's the best I could do. I don't know how to do his voice very well, but whatever. I've always assumed maybe they would come around to doing Cad Bane at some point, but I had just assumed naturally that they would have whatever actor was in hair and makeup or in a mocap suit do the voice. So it was a very clean surprise to find out that it was the original voice actor. It was familiar and it felt great. Fun fact, not only did they voice Cad Bane in the animated stuff, but he is also the animated voice for Count Dooku, which is pretty cool. And he also voiced Zero the Hutt. And then he tilts his hat up even more and then we see the eyes. Oh my God. This guy looks so good. He looks menacing. He looks just like from the animated show. Unlike Ahsoka having to lower the Montrals for practical reasonings, this was exactly like from the animated show. Looks exactly like him and it looks so good. The best alien prosthesis that I've seen on a character in Star Wars so far. It might be augmented with a little bit of CGI here and there, maybe for like glare effects and lighting purposes, but it looked fantastic. And the practical robotic movements of the face and the eyebrows and all that kind of stuff, it works. It just works. This character works perfectly on film. What is his role going to be going forward? He's obviously working for the Pikes. He wants the spice to flow. They actually said that. I think Mandalorian said it. He said, the spice will run. And it was funny because when he said that line, my girlfriend just looks at me like, he said the other thing. The thing from the other movie. It's a Dune reference for those of you that don't know. Anyway, he looks fantastic. What's going to happen next? Obviously, these past two episodes are all set up. To be honest with you, it's set up that really feels like it's set up for a full series, but it's actually just coming to a close, which makes no sense to me. It doesn't feel like a penultimate, second to last episode with a huge cliffhanger. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like there's 12 more episodes on the way. Speaking of other notable credits in the show, did you guys notice that Boba Fett made a cameo? Boba Fett made a cameo in his own show. Why is that so funny? The big question is Cad Bane dead? And, you know, a lot of people think he is, a lot of people think he isn't. I, for one, think he is not. One, because some people say you can still see him breathing in the background. And the other is because I think Cad Bane wanted to send a message. The message being that, hey, I can kill you if I wanted to because your deputy here, who I shot like 17 times, is dead. You I shot once because I know you're in charge and I just want to send a message. Because I tried to talk it out with you, but you instead wanted to do a little old-style Western gunslinging dance with me, and I'm going to win if you want to do that. But it was nice parallels, how it started off with a showdown and it ended with a showdown. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Like the video for me, it helps out so much. And if you're on the podcast page, share it with your friends, and hit me up on social media at Han Talks First, anywhere, and we're also on anywhere podcasts are found if you're watching the video platform. So just go down in the links below, comment what you thought of this week's episode. I can't wait to come back next week and wrap up talking about this show. So, hey guys, thank you so much for being here today. Again, we will be back next week around the same time. And until then, somehow, some way, somewhere this week, may the Force be with you.
So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first.